Well, so to the last Olympic category final of the day, with Britain's defending world champions in lane 4.
Well, the British 4 certainly favourites here. They like to get out fast, and they'll be going for it here. In Lucerne, they were back to form in Lucerne, and they did a fantastic race, adding a quarter of a length every 500 as they went through the markers. And here again, they've gone straight into the lead, and they look very comfortable as they start to settle into their stride. They had a difficult early season, with Tim Foster putting his hand through a glass window and tearing some tendons, and their first couple of races with a substitute on board didn't go that well. But Foster was back in the boat by Henley, and they won at Henley against fantastic opposition against the Awesome Foursomes, confirmed that in Lucerne, and here they are now leading the field again and favourites, with Redgrave, one of the great rowers on the scene here. He's going for his 8th world title here. He's already got 4 Olympic titles as well. He's now got 15 world and Olympic medals, so he is going for some great records here.
Indeed he is, and he's had his own personal problems this season. The problem of diabetes, which has come upon him, and he has to manage that as well.
Indeed he has, and but he is really an iron man. I mean, this is a guy who's got rid of his colitis problems, now his diabetes problems. He just handles it and moves on. And he's 36 years of age, and he is ultimately looking for a 5th record gold medal in Sydney in 2 years' time. But at the moment, his job is to win a gold medal here.
And the unit at the moment going very nicely. You can see him on the top of the screen. In the bow there, James Cracknell, who's decided to wear dark glasses. I find that difficult to fathom on a day like this. Then sitting in front of him, you can see Steve Redgrave as they come underneath the motorway bridge, Tim Forster and Matthew Pinsent, the man who's setting the rhythm in the stroke seat, and he really is a master of this sport as well.
Yes, I get the feeling that they're rowing better this year now with Tim Foster back in the boat than they were last year. It's very, very powerful stuff, but beautifully controlled, and they move the boat. They're working very horizontally there. There's no bounce to the boat. Tremendous power as they send away those finishes. But far out there on the far side, Italy are giving them quite a little bit of trouble there. They're harassing them. They're still there now as they come up to the halfway point. Italy are very much there. But at the moment, the Great Britain team, the Great Britain crew there, moving extremely fluently. They're keeping a good eye there. Matthew Pinsent keeping a good eye on the crews behind. Italy, though, really there in the hunt.
Well, that's the interesting point when we were looking at the rundown there. Carlo Monati into that Italian boat for Marco Penna, who was stroking in Lucerne. That seems to have made a difference.
Monati is an extraordinary athlete, and he was the man who produced such great performances in this Italian 4 2 or 3 years ago. He's now back. They've tempted him back, and in fact Lamura has been doing some great stuff this year. He's had a couple of bad years with the Italian team, but the Italians are now back at full strength with Lamura still in charge, and here they are. They're not letting the British get away. What the British like to do there is to add another half a length on at 1,000 metres, but Italy are harassing them, and they are there with them all the way.
Quick run down of the boat. It's Walter Malaire in the bow, then Riccardo Di Rossi in 2, Lorenzo Carboncini in 3, and Carlo Monati in the stroke seat. And the British will not be happy about this.
Well, they're rowing well. It's a tailwind, remember, and where the British 4 are certainly the strongest, most powerful crew in the event. But in a tailwind, it means that the lighter crews can move that little bit faster, that little bit quicker, and everything is closed up in a tailwind. Everything goes much faster. So it's much harder to open up a distance in a tailwind. They'll be pretty pleased with this. They'll be wanting now to see if they can open up as the water starts to crack up and build up a bit. It's rough. It's getting more difficult to row well. They have the power. They have the experience there. They're holding their own, but certainly Italy are there with them.
Well, Italy have set out their store. The question for them is, can they keep this drive going? Because I can tell you, Dan, just looking at some of the splits here, we've got a very fast race on our hands, because there's 1,500 metres, 4:21.47. That's pretty quick.
That's world record time. These crews are under a lot of pressure. They are moving very, very fast indeed. It's Redgrave there at 2 who calls the instructions. He'll order it up, he'll call it up, and already now they're at 38. But Italy is now looking to try and move by. Italy really are winding it up and trying to get by. And Pinsent has responded. Pinson has responded, and they've moved up as well, and you can see Australia in the picture there, and France, both coming in there trying to get into that bronze medal position. There's a real battle for bronze going on there at the moment.
Yes, indeed. Francois Morillon, the stroke for the French four, has really wound up the pace now. The French characteristically often come with a late charge, as we saw certainly last year in Aigues-Bellette when they hosted the World Championships. And now this is really hotting up. We're deep into the final quarter now. The British looking left to right. Red gave alert to absolutely everything that's happening around him. Matthew Pinson strong as ever. And the Italians now not making any further progress, but it's the French who are coming up.
And now the British, they're up at 46 strokes a minute. It's Australia just inside us here, trying to make it as well. They're in the second position, but Britain now up to 46, winding it up, moving it away. No one's going to catch them. They're half a length clear, and it's France moving into second place. France moving into second place. Italy holding on to third. Australia, oh, it's very tight there. Australia and Italy for the third place.
Well, that's certainly one for the judge to sort out with a photograph, but it's the French who've got the silver. Italy take the bronze. So a successful defence of their title in a very fast time for Great Britain. In fact, the second fastest time ever. Just 1700ths outside the world best time set 3 years ago by Italy in Lucerne. So all's well that ends well for the British four.